Oops. Hey, nerds, and welcome to the gutter. My name is Steven. We're barely holding it together today. I'll explain that in a second. My name is Steven. You guys are going to look at that one far in that corner there. That's the one where it is today. Way back yonder.
That one?
Yeah, over there.
Oh, wow.
I'm just seeing how this goes. Because if I can do this, then I don't have to move them in between shows.
Gotcha. They can just stay there.
And then they can stay there. So let me know what you guys think. And if you're watching on YouTube, this is the Gutters Podcast, by the way. This is season 2, episode 12. My name is Steven. Joining me today is, let's see, the Ken of our group from Street Fighter, Corporal Cal.
Oh, the Ken. You sound like you said Ken.
The Ken.
Thank you.
Of our group. The Cammy of our group, Bree.
Cool.
And the...
You look so ready.
Vega of the group.
Don't give him Vega.
Is Raven 1 joining us as a guest today?
Hey, guys.
What's wrong with Vega? Vega's got Wolverine claws, and we know how much Daniel loves Wolverine.
Yeah.
So before we get rolling and going, I will ask you guys what you've been playing. But first, that image that you saw, I want to give a quick shout out to fellow gutter nerd Trexus, who got fucking married yesterday morning.
Happened.
Congratulations, Trexus. She married my best friend of like 25 plus years.
He's alright, dude.
And
Sam.
now Mark rolls over in his...
Mark's Mark's my best friend of 30 plus years. Sam's my best friend of 25 plus years.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So,
all
right. We were at Scarborough Fair. It was a goddamn downpour, and they pushed through, and we pushed through, and it was wonderful and amazing. And I almost made him cry. I saw Sam choke up during my best man speech, and that was my victory, my victory lap. So congratulations to Trexus. Just say thank you and congrazzles, says Shark.
I want a Peter Pan pin. I love Peter Pan with a passion. I even have a tattoo of him.
Oh, cool! That's awesome. Game Guy has come back. No, yeah, I cannot make the focus any different from what it is on that camera. So I have to just set that camera up and sort of pray to the unholy, sacred camera Thor that. Anyway. There's nothing. That's just. It's just the camera looks the way that camera looks.
So, as in, this is the way that camera looks, or it autofocuses itself.
It is not autofocused, but I can't focus it at a wider angle than it is.
Gotcha.
So, for the camera to be where we can all be in picture, it is further back than a manual focus will take it.
Okay, so you need another camera.
I just need another camera.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the plan. So, Cal, what you been playing?
Played some PUBG today. Got a chicken dinner.
You did?
Yeah. Just casually playing PUBG.
In squads?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. So we're playing squads and got a couple kills, and then we didn't. Then we died.
And then you didn't and died.
We got murdered.
What about you, Daniel? What you been playing?
I've been playing a little bit of Fortnite. Mm-hmm. Mostly, I've been trying to build a PC, and so kind of in this awkward stage where it's almost ready.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to not do a whole lot on my laptop that's about to be completely obsolete before I get it up and running because I'm focused on that and stuff. So, but a little bit of Fortnite that I found my 10-year-old laptop runs remarkably well. Shockingly. That's awesome.
Game Guy, you're going swimming. Thanks for coming by, pal. We love you. What about you, Bree? What have you been playing?
I would say, I've been playing Fortnite.
You already in the Fortnite?
Yeah, that's why I've been playing a lot. I've been trying to cosplay more, though. Mm-hmm. So I just bought a bunch of, stuff. So
you have a new cosplay coming up, right?
So I'm waiting for 02, if anyone's been watching Darlie and the Franks, and I love her with a passion. I
had heard of Darlie and the Franks from you.
Yeah, it's really good.
And since you mentioned it, I've started to see other stuff online, on Twitter,
it's really
photos
good.
and screenshots and stuff like that.
So there's a whole war too about Ichigo or 02, but forget Ichigo. It's all about
2 of the characters in the show.
Yeah. 2 girls fighting over the same dude.
Oh, okay.
So, but she's really cute.
Is the show Love Triangle show?
Kind of, and there's so much more to it. No, not really. It's really complicated to explain, but it's not a harem. It's just she loved him, but they don't really know what love is. Like
I don't want
they're kind of like they're called parasites, so they're like clones. Like it's really weird. Like they're like made, but it's really cool. It's a mech anime. You would probably like it.
And Daniel Game Guy says to let him know if you need help.
I see
you
that.
can
I
find
will.
him in the Discord.
I will, and I probably will. And I will.
I will and I will. Repics and shared images have taken over my Facebook. It has made me doubly careful when browsing at work because loads of cosplay and slightly NSFW pics are coming. yeah. You gotta watch. You gotta pre-screen your Facebook before you get on it at school, especially if you work at a school.
Yeah.
That is a Jonathan responsibility there. So I finished Assassin's Creed Origins last week. I really liked it. I played Rocket League today for the first time.
Pretty fun game, isn't it?
Yeah, Sarah and I played it for the first time on Saturday night, and then I played it this morning with another streamer, and we learned a couple things. On you can do crossplay on PC, but you can only do a private match. You can't. In Fortnite, you can join a party and then go out into the world, but we couldn't be a party to go out and play online against other people. We could create a private match, but you can have anybody join the private match, so we are going to set up some Rocket League nights where people can just sign in, join in, and 3-on-3.
Oh, cool. That'd be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I liked it. It was super fun. I have never really been into sports games. I played Madden for a little while. Like off every 3 or 4 years, I'll play Madden for a while. But this was super fun.
I wouldn't say this is really a sports game. It's like a racing soccer.
There's no race in it.
Yeah, it's just soccer with race cars.
So it sounds like a sports game.
Kind of like a sports game because technically, isn't NASCAR a sport?
Yeah. So Calvin's statement was, I wouldn't necessarily call it a sports game. It's more like this
These
sport
two
and this sport.
sports.
I just don't see it as just not really. I don't consider it a sport. Like baseball, like football.
Okay,
this is like you're driving a car and you're
get what
hitting
you're saying.
a giant soccer ball.
I see what he's saying. You would refer to a sports game as a video game based on a current real life sport.
Correct.
And Rocket League doesn't exist in real life, so it's more of a video game inspired by sports as opposed to a sports game.
Yeah,
Correct.
Except there are a lot of the oh gosh, what are they called?
We're gonna say rules of soccer in there, or rules of racing.
You're thinking like Super Mario Strikers.
No. I'm thinking of like Demolition Derby.
Oh,
Where like people are in actual cars and they are actually trying to hit giant balls into it exists.
Yeah.
I think without the rockets, it exists.
Right,
Yeah.
without rockets. Without rockets.
It does not exist.
But the premise.
My car can 360 in the air, land, hit a giant moving ball, and then score. It exists.
Right.
Okay, Daniel, it exists.
JB, you have to remove the space between cheer and 30 if you want to cheer. But I'm going to pre-thank you for your upcoming cheer. There it is. Thank you, Jonathan, for the cheer. You're awesome. You're in second place. Hey, Dreadlock Goddess actually took first place. She's sitting up top in the Golden Throne Night. So, I know I typed fast. You're good. You're good, pal. So we're going to do something kind of wacky today. Today is Fighting Game Face-Off. So we're going to take fighting games, and we're going to make a bracket, and then we're going to fill out that bracket. So what's going to happen is we're going to take 16, the first 16 fighting game franchises we can think of. And then those will be the seeds. And then as we go through the bracket, we will all vote on who we think what seed would win, and versus game versus game, right?
Okay.
Or franchise versus franchise.
Okay.
So start thinking about, and for today, just for today's episode, we're going to have to define fighting games. So we had a little bit of a conversation about this yesterday before the podcast. How would you define a fighting game, Bree?
1v1, like fighting against each other. I think that's a fighting game with cool characters or something.
You're saying any 1v1 combat PvP game? Is that what
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, are you...
I mean, I think you could go up to like 4, but...
What would you...
I would say if we're thinking of a fighting game,
How would you define a fighting game? If someone asked you, what's a fighting game?
I would think of a Mortal Kombat style game. For the most part, it's 1v1.
Okay.
And then you have health bars at the top, and you possibly have a team that you could play with. And it's usually 2D, but it can be 3D.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree mostly with Calvin. No matter how big the team is, current fighting 1v1. So if you have people tagging in or whatever, there's always one person fighting one person.
Yeah. One player controlling those characters.
Yes. It is, in my opinion, and I know that there are slight exceptions, but 2D. There are some slight exceptions where some 2D fighting games allow you to kind of shift the camera, but it's not exactly 3D. Like Soul Calibur was brought up yesterday. That allows you to kind of shift the camera, but it's not exactly like a.
So 3D fighting games, the two combatants are always in line with each other.
Yes.
So in that sense, even 3D fighting games are 2D. Because you can't freely run around the field.
Yes.
I mean, that's debatable, though, because if you've never played, like, J-listers or, like, any anime fighting style game, like Dragon Ball Z, like, you can run around the whole map. And then if you play, like, some anime fighting games with, like, anime characters, you can run around the whole map.
But I would say that those are a different style of game and not
a fighting game?
Fighting game, yeah.
So this is the,
in my opinion.
This is sort of what why I ask, because we're gonna disqualify a couple games right off the bat. So unless there's huge outpouring, and you guys tell me this is what I'm pitching to you, just not in general, but for the purposes of tonight's show, a fighting game will be a one player versus one player head-to-head game where the point of the game is combat. If there's a head-to-head 1v1 fighting component to Zone of the Enders, there is. That's not a fighting game. That's a component of a third-person action game.
Gotcha.
Super Smash Brothers is disqualified from this conversation.
I agree.
Because it has all the hallmarks of everything we said, but it's more of a brawling game to me. So
now,
Smash Brothers, Power Stone, things like that are off the table.
Yes.
For the purposes of this discussion.
Real quickly, I do think, and I mentioned this yesterday, Smash Brothers is the line.
Between fighting game and not fighting game.
Yeah, like
Smash is
Smash Brothers is the line that divides.
Because you 1v1 in
people.
that game too.
You can.
Yeah, well, tournaments. I'm saying in tournaments,
yes,
it's usually 1v1 tournaments.
Yes.
Right. So a brawl and fight may very well be synonymous with each other, but I think that there is a social context that a fight can be two or more people, and a brawl is more than two people.
Yes, I agree.
Was that so? If there was a brawl at the bar, two people weren't brawling. There was a fight at the bar. There was
Yes.
Or if it was a brawl, that was a group of people.
Oh, okay.
Generally, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So. And JB points out the fighting plane is primarily 2D, but that can pivot.
That's what I was.
Yeah, that can pivot as the camera goes. Okay, so let's go to Bracket Maker. You guys are going to have Streamception here for a second. This is Fighting Game Face Off. Whoa. So what we're going to do is we're going to create the bracket, and like I said, we're going to cap it at 16. So whatever the first 16 fighting games you can think of are going to be the seeds for this. We're going to add participants of this bracket, and that will be the game. So what's the first fighting game you guys can think of?
Marvel vs. Capcom.
Okay, Marvel versus Capcom?
You said Mortal Kombat. What's the first fighting game that comes to
Soul
mind?
Calibur.
Soul Calibur. Yeah. Okay. So we will
Street
have Soul Calibur, and we're going to do this as a franchise.
To take off people's clothes. Fighting and armor's just randomly busting
Mortal
off.
Kombat.
Makes me excited.
And Cal, you said Marvel vs. Capcom?
Yep.
Okay.
I've got a good one too. On my sleeve.
I would say Street Fighter. And you guys are going to help us. So this is what's going to... Yep, and Sis came in with a Street Fighter.
Is it specific, just Mortal Kombat? Not Mortal Kombat X? You know what I mean?
No,
This is a franchise.
Oh,
so
okay.
this will cover, everything in its wheelhouse, which Mortal Kombat versus DC would be in the Mortal
different?
Kombat would be in the Mortal
DC.
Kombat
So
franchise.
okay.
I've got 3 more off the top of my head.
Okay, Shark says so. This is, I'll show you guys how it's gonna go. We're gonna get to 16, and then we're gonna create the bracket, and then we're gonna use votes to tally points head to head for which of these two will win. So,
I like Guilty Gear as a series.
you like Guilty Gear?
I do.
As a series?
What about Clay Fighter?
Is Clay Fighter? We could keep that on the back end.
Yeah.
That may be a really low seed for Clay Fighter.
That was a great game. How dare you?
We're not arguing how good a game
Right.
it is. Just it's.
I'm gonna add Dead or Alive for sure.
Add the new Dragon Ball Z fighters.
Oh, geez. Why can't I think of?
Yeah, I guess you
like
could
I
put
played
any
all the
Dragon Ball Z
time.
game.
The
I'll
the
love
DC.
Tekken. Injustice.
Injustice. Yes.
What were you guys just saying?
Dragon
here?
Ball Z Fighters, the new fighting game.
Does Dragon Ball Z have a fighting
Yes.
franchise?
Yes, because they have DBZ Budokai, and then they have the old DBZ
So
games
would-
that were fighting games as
Would
well.
so would Dragon Ball Z as a franchise for the fighting games be fair then?
That's fine.
Yeah.
for me to
I
just
think
put that here.
I mean, everyone's played Budokai.
Okay.
I mean, I think everyone has.
We had Dead or Alive. We got Tekken. We have Guilty Gear in there.
Injustice.
Injustice. Thank you. And Injustice is
DC.
DC. Yes. So there.
But it is. I mean, I can't think of another strictly DC fighting game.
Yeah, me neither.
No, there isn't.
So okay. Yeah, I was about to
There's
say,
not.
It's kind of its own franchise.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? What about Marvel Nemesis? Hold on. Maybe. It was a 1v1 fighting game, but you are... this would, I guess, be disqualified from the conversation based on our rules because it was 1v1 fighting game. You were in an arena, like a 3D arena, and you could go anywhere in the arena. Do you remember playing this with, like, Sam on Xbox? Where you could be, like, Spider-Man, Iron Man, and they had, like, ultimates... their
What about a
finishers.
I don't
UFC game?
remember that at all.
Wrestling games, I think,
No.
are not considered because they're not on the fighting plane.
Yes.
Okay.
So, Battle Arena Toshinden and Clay Fighter, I'm going to keep... Actually, well, I'll put them up here, and if we think of others,
The Google's to cheat right now.
then we can move. King of Fighters is one that's an SNK. I think it's dead, but it does have a franchise. So the Marvel vs. Capcom, by the way, I'm gonna have that also be like Street Fighter versus Marvel vs. Street Fighter. If it was made by Capcom and is a versus game, that's gonna go under Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah, makes sense.
Killer Instinct
That's what I was thinking of, yeah. Killer
is there.
Instinct.
Primal Rage says just gravy, baby.
What's the Final Fantasy fighting game?
Bree?
The newest one?
It's got a weird name.
It starts with a D, but are you talking about...
Dissidia.
Would
Yep.
you guys put that in there?
Yeah, wouldn't it?
Because you can play with like more than one person in there.
Skullgirls.
Schoolgirls is fun.
Wow, some of these I've never heard of.
Skullgirls, I remember reading about it because I was interested in it because it was a 2D fighting game that would break your... if it felt you doing an infinite combo, it would interrupt you.
Oh, cool.
It was sort of had this like direct... This sort of had the AI of the game was like... It was just like an anti-cheese AI.
Yeah.
Where if something was like
Being spammed.
being spammy, then it would just...
Darkstalkers is a good one too.
Darkstalkers, yes.
Ooh, what about Pokemon Tournament, you guys?
I don't know about that.
What about Pokemon? We have room for one more,
I wouldn't consider
and then we'll have a
Pokemon
little
fighting
discussion.
What, the Pokemon Tournament game? Have you never played it? You get to just fight as like Pikachu and like random people. I'm just saying.
Is it on a 2D plane, or are you in
Yeah,
a...
you fight in like an arena. Like as a Pokemon. It's pretty fun.
Well, you're
That's up to y'all.
I don't know, because I'd put that more on the scale of... I wouldn't. That's me.
JB says Godzilla destroy all monsters. Come on, fools. I'd almost rather put Final Fantasy Dissidia in there.
Sure.
I feel like the city
I
is
don't know enough about any of them, about any of those.
So Final Fantasy Dissidia is a fighting game using characters from the whole Final Fantasy series.
I assume that, but is it like does it fit the rest of the criteria?
Does it fit the criteria of being a?
Do we need to pull up a YouTube video
plane?
of Final
Yeah.
Fantasy just to,
Let's
to
see.
Maybe.
Because I've played it.
We're gonna look
it's
up.
kind of like.
Oh, I guess I could just do this on.
Yeah, so that the kids
you
at
guys
home
can
can play
see.
along.
Hold up, YouTube. Hopefully, my YouTube history doesn't have anything
That's
embarrassing
not
in
a
it.
Pornhub link.
Final Fantasy Dissidia. So, not cutscenes, but we'll do this little review here and mute it after we watch this video. Anyway, we'll look at that. Rumble Roses, negative. Axe. That's a wrestling game. Platform with 1v1. Pokemon Go is... Yeah, there's no hand-to-hand
Naruto fighting
combat
game?
in
Yeah,
it.
there might be Naruto.
And also,
I think there is an
Naruto
Naruto fighting game.
games, and they are just like Dragon Ball Z. They are very fun.
Pokemon Go is
So you fight with more than like one person. So I would consider it like a Smash Brothers.
yeah, but that's also way too 3D.
And it's not moving on a single
Yeah,
plane.
like-
You're like in an open arena.
Yeah, because that's kind of how the Dragon Ball games are.
Well, one of them.
So the fighting in Pokemon Go is like the fighting in like Final Fantasy. Like,
Do the
yeah, you
Pokemon
just
Stadium
line up,
tournament.
but it's like turn based.
Yeah,
Pokemon Stadium or Pokemon Tournament?
tournament or stadium, whatever. They're both new.
DX. We're gonna hit gameplay.
There you go.
There we go.
Hashtag proud.
Hashtag proud. Thank you, Cal. Okay, let's find something where someone's fighting. That looks like they might be fighting. Get out of here, advertisement.
Yeah, so you fight in like a little arena just with two other Pokemon. That's it. You fight as Pikachu or whoever. Diglett.
It does look like they're on a plane, like on a 2D plane. And you can move left or right on it, but they're always facing each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the edge. Since
This
we
is on
don't-
the edge.
Since we don't have a better candidate, I'll allow it.
Cool. I'm glad.
I thought over Clay Fighter?
Oh man, you can play as Litten. Oh, that's legit.
I don't know. I feel like Clay Fighter is it's a replacement.
Okay, so what do you guys think? Do we have Pokemon DX or do we have Clay Fighter?
Oh, we have a wild card. We have a wild card face off before we get into the real.
I don't know
Okay.
what Clay Fighters is.
What?
Do we need to pull up Clay Fighter?
Yes. She doesn't know what Clay Fighter is.
I feel like
I
you
may
should
or
keep
may
YouTube
not.
handy for this whole.
I may or may not. It
I
just
might need to
depends.
keep it up there.
it was a game that was on the N64,
N64.
as well as the Super Nintendo originally.
Okay, then
Right.
I probably don't.
Yeah, bomb.
I mean, like
It's probably a little before your time.
No, what? Don't do the 64.
Don't do the 64 one?
Do the SNES version.
Oh,
Okay. But it probably doesn't matter.
yeah.
Okay, so the Clay Fighter had a bunch of like characters made from clay, and
And they fought.
they fought each other. The name was super descriptive, but like blue suede goo, and go away. Ichabod Clay.
I remember that guy.
They're all sort of named from.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. We can do that one.
Yeah.
You're in for Clay Fighter.
I guess it is probably. It does fit our criteria slightly more than Pokemon Go.
Right.
Or not Go, but Pokemon. Whatever.
Pokemon Tournament.
Yeah.
Okay, looks like the one
Sorry,
Clay
Pokemon.
Fighter beat Pokemon Tournament. Sculptor's cut. Well played. Yeah.
I'm just saying they do tournaments of that
okay.
Pokemon game. I'm just.
So here we go. And these are the seeds then, because this is sort of like the first ones that come to mind. I assumed would be the most prominent ones.
Yeah.
I would, Street Fighter maybe a little low in the seed, given its longevity and it being one of the first fighting games ever. But this is the way that it was seeded, and sometimes the seeds aren't fucking fair. That's how sports works.
So shut up.
So
Pokemon Tournament
I
is a fun
think,
game.
Okay,
If you click brackets, you can
return
delete it
to
all.
bracket.
It's just like gone.
Did anybody screenshot that?
Okay, so we have our bracket, and this is what it looks like. Soul Calibur, top seed plays bottom seed, like normal brackets.
Wow.
So this is the setup we're going to have. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start the tournament, and each round we will vote. Gutterner's podcast members have 2 points per vote, and audience has 1 point per vote.
Suck it.
You guys let me know, and only do it once. If you spam your choice, it's going to throw me way off, and honestly, I'll probably just time you out. So,
Thanks, Dad. God.
we're going to report scores for the tournament below. So, the first heads up, Soul Calibur versus Clay Fighter. Cal,
Man, I gotta go. As much as I like both games, I love Soul Calibur.
Okay.
Like, even though I wanted Clay Fighter in it, like, you can't pit that for me against it. I love Soul Calibur.
I'm going for Soul Calibur.
Bree, you're in for Soul Calibur.
Yes. Just because I don't know that other game.
It's a great game.
There's a reason why Soul Calibur is the 1 seed and Clay Fighter's barely squeaked in on a wild card.
Yeah.
Like it's Soul Calibur all day.
It's very pretty. You have weapons.
You can change them.
You can
You can customize
Starting in
the
3, you can customize the shit out of your character.
They put Darth Vader and Yoda in one of them. I'm just saying. That was cool.
and Soul Calibur is probably like the prettiest or the first pretty
Yeah.
fighting game.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So let's go to chat. Shark goes to Soul Calibur, and
Just
Shark,
very
you're a
good.
gutter nerd. You're just in chat. Oh, hold on. When I hit my hotkey to hit 9, it brought up Nick. The too soon joke, Steven. Okay, here we go. I'll just not use the 10 key then. It'll be much easier. Shark said Soul Calibur. JB said Soul Calibur. Sizzix says Soul Calibur.
It's a landslide.
And so, without any others, we're going to verify the winner is Soul Calibur, and it moves on in the bracket. 11-0. Soul Cal destroys Clay Fighter. So, next matchup.
DBZ.
DBZ versus Injustice. Cal, why DBZ?
Because first off, I passionately love Dragon Ball Z. Like, passionately. It's one
Yeah.
of my favorite animes of all time. Just because it's ridiculous and great. But also, like, I've played the fighting game. I have copies of the old original PlayStation fighting games, and I have the Dragon Ball Fighter Z. It's a hard game. It's like a game about comboing. It's a game about strategy. It's a game about knowing how to use your characters.
And it's also very pretty.
It's very pretty.
Sis said rip Clay Fighter and activated the Nightbot command for when I'm gaming and I die. So it is rip, but apparently it's supposed to say your name, Sis, not like command user. So just ignore that.
Yes.
It's a trash stream tonight, guys.
But yeah, no, DBZ is just a,
You're
it's just a
all
great
DBZ.
game.
What about you, Bree?
I'm going to go for Injustice.
Why is that?
Because I really liked the first one. Not that the second one is bad, but the first one had Raven in it, and I love her with a passion.
The first Injustice had the best story
Yeah.
of any fighting game I've ever played.
Yeah.
And I haven't played all the fighting games, but if
DBZ
anyone's
story's pretty good.
it's so
I
good.
know that, and
the-
I have the originals, but
Because it uses the dark, alternate,
Yeah.
characters, and the alternate timeline where Superman sort of takes over.
Yeah.
And that there's a scene. I'm going to sort of spoil a little bit of the first Injustice game here.
It's an old game. Just
There's a scene where Shazam, who's like a kid, stands up to Superman. He's like, "Look, I can't do this anymore. Like, you're just a tyrant at this point." And Superman murders the shit out of him.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Straight up murders a child.
like really, it was badass.
Yeah.
So I am going Injustice as well.
Injustice.
wow.
So like, I mean, I am a DC fanboy, and I am a super hardcore Superman fanboy.
Nerd. No,
And I have never once seen Dragon Ball Z. So,
why? You're
Okay.
understanding my super biased point of view up front,
Right.
the gameplay of it reminded me so much, like, was so nostalgic of like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter, but not being so like. I don't
It
know,
was accessible.
Like, yes, like it was accessible, but obviously not exactly the same. And like
Yeah.
it felt natural, and like the gameplay along with the story being like one of the best, or probably the best fighting game story that I've ever.
Yeah, me too.
Sure, and no one
think
felt
it was
sorry
pretty good.
for him. Super annoying 12-year-old gone.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to chat now for the votes. JB votes for Injustice. We have Sis voting for DBZ. And we have Shark voting for DBZ.
Here's hold on before you move on.
Okay.
Now you're using a fighting game for story, right? What are we playing the fighting game for? Fighting.
Entertainment.
Right.
So
Yes,
okay,
but there can be story in your fighting game.
But if
But
you
the point
compare
is the
them
fighting
both,
is the
like-
1v1 fighting.
But like Dragon Ball Z, like when you play the fighting games, you're like watching the anime. So it's like if you've already seen the anime and you're playing a Dragon Ball Z game, like you know what's gonna happen. That's what
You
happens
know the
with-
story beats.
Yeah, like the same with Dragon Ball Z Fighters. Like that's Dragon Ball Z Super. Like that's pretty much the same thing. But with Injustice, it's like this is a whole new story. Like you get to see Raven not as a teenager. I'm sorry,
See,
but
I'm
I
just
really
not worried
enjoyed
about
that.
the story.
Like it was just
I'm
really
thinking,
cool. Like that's the first time you really get to
Dreadlock
see
Goddess.
Raven
I'm taking your
be who
DC
she
as a
is.
vote for Injustice there.
So I think maybe that's why, because like you get to see
alright.
characters in a different way. Like that was the first time for me that I got so invested with Raven because I was like, wow, like she's so grown up. Like this is what I wanted to
Oh,
see.
she's one of the characters from. Forgive
first
me
one,
from
yeah.
from Teen Titans,
Yeah.
right? Okay,
Yes.
right.
And then they put like Starfire in the second one.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, like she was a extra
I
character.
haven't
I
even played the
think.
second one.
Yeah,
I haven't played the second one
They
yet,
added Starfire and someone else, and she looked like the comic book version, which was really cool because
That's cool.
usually you only see the Teen Titan version of her. So I think that's why I pick it more.
And JB said just based on the source material, he prefers DC to DBZ. Also, the story in Injustice is fun. Love a good
Yeah.
story in a fighter game. Not necessary, but adds to it. You can change your vote, Sis. Last second, would you like your vote to be? If you're changing it to Injustice, then
obviously since he
he had originally done
to change
DBZ,
your vote.
but he also put Kappa there, so I want to make sure that he might just be like goofing with me. Oh, he does. Okay, Injustice. You got it, Pally.
haters gonna hate.
People love the Teen Titans. They
yeah.
really do.
I can tell.
And we will submit. So Soul Calibur versus Injustice in round 2. Next up,
No. Oh no.
Street Fighter versus Primal Rage. Cal.
You know, I'm gonna go with Street Fighter.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Nostalgia. I didn't play Primal Rage.
It's got a super long history. It's more current. It's constantly being released and updated.
Is it? Are they still releasing Street Fighter games?
5 and
Yes.
6. Yeah.
I had no idea. I had
Oh,
no
wow.
Yes, they are.
I was like, 5 just came out, like maybe last year?
Wait. So Street Fighter's been around for what, like
25 something
5 years?
years.
Roughly?
Yeah.
And they've only released 5 of them. They're Street Fighter 5.
Well, yeah, but remember
Like-
there was Street Fighter 3, and then there was Street Fighter 3 Alpha, and then Street Fighter 3 Alpha Turbo, and then
right,
Street
right.
So
So
like
they released 47 games, but there's on their
Yes.
fifth.
There's only 5.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sis says Teen Titans raised me when my friends logged off RuneScape.
Yeah, me too. Like, I feel you.
I'm going to vote Street Fighter as well. It's just had too much of an
Yes,
impact on
Chun-Li's
fighting games.
thighs.
So.
I
Them
agree.
thighs, though, yeah.
Yes.
Chun-Li's thick thighs, that's a real thing.
2 C's.
What about you, Bree, between these two games?
I've never played Primal Rage. I don't even know what that is. So I'm
It's
gonna
dinosaur fighting.
go- What?
Yeah.
Oh, now I remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you changing your vote?
No.
No, but I'm still gonna go with Street Fighter. Like I can go
But
to
it was
Barcadia
great.
and own everybody there in the bar because I'm the only sober one. So
Do you have a favorite?
I love Chun Li.
Fighter?
Like I will play her no matter what. Any Street Fighter.
Do you have a favorite title? Like
No.
you'll get a Street Fighter. You'll get Chun-Li
Yeah, no
and
matter what.
thigh away.
Thigh away.
Yeah.
She loves them legs.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, Street Fighter.
Street Fighter.
I actually have played Primal Rage, but it was so long ago I do not remember it.
Man,
Yeah.
Like
cool
I
as it
remember
sounds.
dinosaurs fighting. That's it.
I think there may have been one on 64, maybe,
I think that's the one that I remember.
but it was certainly on Super NES or Sega Genesis. It was right around there. JB, so we'll go to chat votes now. JB puts in a vote for Primal Rage because though that shiz is the worst game, man, did that game get my geek out because of the dinosaurs.
He loves
JB's a dinosaur
dinos,
guy.
dude.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Shark, I'm gonna take your vote for Chun-Li's thighs to be a vote for Street Fighter.
I agree.
I thought she wrote yum, but she wrote which reads a lot like yum to me. Dreadlock Goddess
Both are correct
says
answers.
Street Fighter was her first. So,
Her first lesson.
oh
in
right,
human anatomy.
sorry guys, I meant to not use my 10 key for that.
Get it
Sorry.
together.
I'm so sorry, y'all. We have when we do weird things happen. Sizzix says Street Fighter. Don't use the 10 key. Dreadlock got his first lesson in human anatomy. Street Fighter.
I would say Street Fighter 1.
You would say, I would say the Street Fighter 1. It looks as if Primal Rage got a point. It did not goose egg this one.
Okay, well.
But it was a double-digit blowout. Street Fighter moves on
Not a Brazilian blowout.
to round 2.
Yeah. Oh, well, and of course, just Gary Baby, like dinosaurs fighting.
Well, of course, yeah.
Ooh, that's
real.
That's actually a hard one.
Okay, we have Guilty Gear versus Killer Instinct. Guilty Gear is a 2D fighting game.
You may have to YouTube these.
I don't know why I keep closing YouTube.
I told you to leave it open.
So Guilty Gear is a 2D fighting game. Oh, Blaze Blue is also would have gotten an honorable mention there,
That was a
right?
good one too.
That was one up there. Guilty Gear. Oh, gameplay.
There you go, buddy.
Guilty Gear. Xrd. Let's
Guilty
look
Gear
for
is hard.
I
The
believe
game
this
that has Persona characters?
does it.
I think it does. I don't know.
It might.
I've never played that game.
Is this an SNK game? Isn't it?
Yes, I believe so.
Like one of the a King of Fighters 2D. I think this is just its own. I mean, they may incorporate characters from anime or something here, but Guilty Gear is a technical gem, as JB says. But it has its own, I think, world, like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. It has its own world and lore and characters and stuff like that. But very anime style and also very. It has a very big cult following.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So we'll hold there. Get back to. So what do you think, Cal? Guilty Gear or Killer Instinct? And Killer Instinct was recently released on PC and Xbox One. It's a free fighter. It has
it's free.
Cinder. Yeah.
I'm not.
It's combo heavy and. It's got full. Out of any of these characters, Saberwolf, Fulgore, Cinder. They're more like monsters in Killer Instinct. So, Cal, Guilty Gear versus Killer Instinct.
Man, I haven't played either game in a long time, but I'm gonna throw it to Guilty Gear.
You got Guilty Gear.
Because it's technical.
Mother of God,
What are you doing?
I keep using the 10 key. It's just gonna happen, guys. It's gonna be a rough stream. Because you haven't played either in a long time.
I like Guilty Gear. I like both games, but I'm gonna throw mine at Guilty Gear. I have no real reason.
Okay, no, that's fine. I love Killer Instinct, so I'm going to Killer Instinct. I know I'm using the top keys, guys. Thanks for your patience. I love the combo system. If you are utilizing a mid combo, you have 3 combo breaks that you can use to defend yourself: a light break, medium break, and heavy break. So if you know what they're doing, you can interrupt their combo and start your own. And also, one of the very famous combo breaker comes from Killer Instinct. That's where that came from. So I'm going KI with this. What about you, Bree?
I'll go for Killer Instinct because I've never played Guilty Gear, but yeah, and Killer Instinct is really hard. For me, it's harder than Dragon Ball Z to me.
Oh, interesting. I was gonna say that was pretty accessible. I'm a button mashy kind of dude. I don't really like learning moves.
Oh, okay.
And so I can sort of get into Killer Instinct and just futz around and not feel like I'm completely outclassed.
I feel like you can do that with Dragon Ball. You just fly around.
Oh, yeah.
You just Super Saiyan and you're just good to go.
In Budokai, yes, not in the new one.
Yeah, but I don't know.
What about you, Neil?
From the research that I just did, because I was unfamiliar with both of those games.
Sure.
I'm going with Killer Instinct.
It's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, the characters drew my attention more than the other one, and that's pretty much.
Wow.
So sorry if it's a shitty game, guys, but that's what I go.
Let's go to chat. JB says he's throwing his vote to Guilty Gear, although KI has a fighting raptor. It does.
Mm-hmm.
So
his
a
name
vote
is
to Guilty
Riptor.
Gear. Yes, that's right.
Saw it. Riptor.
Guilty Gear has a badass soundtrack. Shark. I'm gonna take that as a vote for Guilty Gear. And Killer Instinct from Sizz. Oh shit! Can we do crossplay on Killer Instinct?
That'd be cool. I'd play it.
PC v Xbox?
I don't know. I know that it's free.
I know you can do it with Gears of War 4.
Gears of 4.
Gears of 4, we can do crossplay also, I believe.
I'd have to buy
Okay.
it, but that game's not free.
The game is not free.
That
That's
game's
true.
like $60.
So Killer Instinct moves on to the next round. All right. Mortal Kombat versus Darkstalkers. The iconic Mortal Kombat. What do you think, Cal?
Mortal Kombat. Get over here.
Why is that?
Because Scorpion.
Because Scorpion's a badass. I'm gonna throw my vote for Mortal Kombat. Not only did it not 44, but not only was it a huge deal, it created the ESRB, essentially the rating system behind games. It's violent as shit. There were no, at least back in earlier Mortal Kombat, there were no combos. It was not very fluid. It was kind of a sticky fighting game.
That's right.
I would say Street Fighter was a better fighting game, but Mortal Kombat had a lot of crazy characters and made one of the first worth any kind of a shit video game movies ever. The first Mortal Kombat, which is not a good movie, but I like the movie.
Mm-hmm. I like the random cartwheels everyone does.
That's a different podcast.
Yeah.
But I would just throw it out there.
You think Mortal Kombat's a good movie?
I think that Mortal Kombat is a good video game movie, which is different from being a good movie.
Okay.
Because now we are having video game movies that also happen to be good movies.
Yeah.
But before that existed, you had you settled for, that's a good comic book movie. That's a good video game movie. They're not quite good movies.
I love your note there, Steve-O. Thanks. What about you, Bree?
I'll go for Mortal Kombat. It was one of my first fighting games. I played it on the Super Nintendo.
Who was your character?
I always played as Sub-Zero.
It was Sub-Zero.
How did I guess that? I guess I was like, you seem like a Sub-Zero player.
Yeah, he's fun. I like him.
Yeah,
Sub-Zero
Mortal
wins.
Kombat.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the games that first had like an announcer voice too.
Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, finish him. Yeah. Just Gravy says Mortal Kombat. Done.
Dreadlocks, Mortal Kombat.
It says MK baby,
over
biggest
here.
and baddest for sure.
So I can't tell what Shark's vote is.
Shit, Mortal Kombat was iconic for me, but damn, I love Darkstalkers for the creepy factor. Started me off in the goth direction. So Shark, yeah. Where's your? Do you want to give Darkstalkers a vanity point then?
Or you want to give it the goose egg?
Because Dreadlock Goddess does say Mortal Kombat with the get over here.
Darkstalkers.
And Darkstalkers from Shark. So there we go. Still a blowout, but no goose egg. We will submit. Clay Fighter is the only one that has literally no one pulling for it.
Well, he barely made it. Clay Fighter's got the votes.
Clay Fighter was the wild card, that's true.
And it was against Soul Calibur.
Okay.
You can't really.
Here we go. Tekken versus Battle Arena Toshinden. So I do not know anything about Battle Arena Toshinden. I might let's pull
look at it together.
Battle Arena Toshinden.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either.
Gameplay. So we'll just pull up real quick. This looks like it was an old PS1 game.
Oh God.
But
It looks like a Tekken game.
it does. It looks like the way Tekken started, but
Rondo. Yeah, I remember this game a little bit.
they have weapons, kind of like Soul Calibur. It looks
It's very Super Nintendo Soul Calibur.
like samurai and
And
sort
they're
of
using
Japanese
they're using
lore.
the three-way run, like Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
They're using the what?
Three-way run, as in using all directions. It's called three-way.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So 2Ds,
Okay, so
three-way.
Interesting. So there's Battle Arena Toshinden.
I mean, I'm giving it to Tekken for me.
You're going Tekken.
I fucking loved Tekken 2. Like, love that game. And I could play any character on it. So, Tekken.
Okay. I'm going to go Tekken as well. I've been recently watching a streamer that goes by Blonde Bomb Tekken, and he plays Nina. And watching him talk through the technical stuff has really given me wow, people that play fighting games are really into their craft, because I couldn't give a shit about hit frames. I couldn't give a shit about A-frames or animation frames or whatever. Yep. And so he's and there's always there's a term for the moves, but there's also a colloquial term for he hit me with the can opener. The move's not literally called a can opener, but it's known in the community as that.
Yeah.
So all of that was very cool. So I'm voting Tekken. Where are you going, Bree?
I'm gonna go for Tekken. I don't know his name, but I like to play as that dude. That's a cat.
Oh,
Makes me happy. I've always played as him since it was on PS1.
there's a couple Tekken characters in Soul
King?
Cal.
Isn't that King?
I don't know. I just like him.
Heihachi was in Soul Calibur 2, and Yoshimitsu
Yoshi, yep.
is a Tekken character.
He's one of my favorite Tekken. His combo is fun.
Where's your vote going, Dano? Hey, it's Luigi!
So my vote's gonna go to Bat.
Him?
Ballerina Toshinden?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
Yeah, I like him.
Tekken is a better fighting game, a better game, a more entertaining game, and obviously longer lasting, and in every way, shape, or form should go on to the next, and so it will. But I kind of really dug like the
style.
the style of.
Yeah. I mean, I don't
And
know
the
if
fact that was before Soul Calibur, which to me, in my memory, Soul Calibur was the first like, not 3D, but like like you're saying
It's called 3-1.
and this was before that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's super impressive. So I'll give them a little vote to not
And-
be in Clay Fighters.
And there's something to be said, I don't know if this is true about Ballerina Toshinden, but from the look of it, it looked more realistic, like more serious.
Yeah.
In that, Tekken has, energy explosions and
Yeah.
wacky crap, and that was like two dudes fighting.
Yeah, yeah.
So I can get that. Now, welcome to Party Pal, Luigi. So let's get votes between Tekken and Ballerina Toshinden from the chat. Tekken has a fighting kangaroo. The other one is hard to pronounce. So JB, I'm taking you to mean Tekken. You American dick. Shark votes for Tekken, as does Dreadlock Goddess. So move it up
Hello,
to
it's me, Luigi.
9. And we're great, Luigi. Do you have a vote between Tekken and Ballerina Toshinden? If that is all where we're at, then I will submit. I'll wait another few seconds. But we don't have the same lag we used to, so I don't have to wait very long. Tekken, because never played that. All right, fantastic. I almost did, but I didn't. Thank you, Cal. Tekken beats Ballerina Toshinden and moves on.
Yeah, see, and if I didn't vote for it, he would have had a goose egg.
It's alright. But you don't see the goose egg. It doesn't matter.
Next matchup,
He knows.
Marvel vs. Capcom versus Skullgirls. Cal,
Marvel's Capcom.
that was the first one you thought of.
No, just all day. The game's awesome.
I am
Red.
going MVC.
Wolverine.
It's got some of my favorite video game characters and some of my favorite comic characters, and they all get to beat the shit out of each other. It's wacky, it's colorful, I can button mash a bit, except I can't button mash all day because there are some infinite combos that you can get off and wreck shop with.
My Wolverine.
Bree.
I'll go for Skullgirls.
All right, Skullgirls gets good. You've played it then, I take it.
Yeah, it's fun.
And it's 2D, like 2D almost. It's not anime style, but it's anime, like hand-drawn style.
It's pretty. And I don't mind Marvel vs. Capcom, but I don't never really have been a fan of them.
You're not a huge Marvel
I'm
fan
not a
overall,
huge
are
Marvel-
you?
No, I'm not a huge
From talking to you
She's
about.
a DC girl.
Yeah, I do love DC.
Okay.
Like, my dad's both, but we kind of grew up on, like, Batman and, like, Superman more.
Mm-hmm.
And, like I said, I have a strong love for, like, Teen Titans.
Of course, yeah. Perfect.
Wait for
Makes
those
sense.
number ones all the time.
You know?
Marvel vs. Capcom.
Okay. Then
You have,
here we go into the chat.
Yeah,
you have three.
Schoolgirls.
Three for
Oh, Trexus, I missed your Tekken.
Take one.
I might be able to edit that. Just remind me. But okay. So we have a vote for MVC from JB.
And from Shark.
We have Sizz is going Skullgirls. I dug my grave. I'll lay in it. He says.
Why does Marvel vs. Capcom have one now?
Oh, that was 2, 4, 6, 7. Dreadlock says Skullgirls. Interesting. It's me, Luigi. Skullgirls is making a comeback.
Uh-oh.
Shark says MVC. And okay, that actually ended up being a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Hey! Young Ski the Game God, welcome to the gutter. Feel free to join us in chat if you want to vote as these matchups to give points to what you think is what fighting game you like better than the other. It did still win, Trexus. but I do want to keep track of the scores in general. So without further additions, it looks like MVC is going to take this one, but Skullgirls put up a hell of a fight, a surprising fight. Surprising fight. Tekken, I can edit the score, so we're going to make you 11. And there's the update. Okay, now, Dead or Alive versus King of Fighters.
Man.
What do you think, Cal?
I don't think I've played King of Fighters.
I don't know what that is either.
Dead or Alive's basic.
I will show you King of Fighters. It's another SNK game, so it's going to look a lot like Guilty Gear, which I may be wrong about Guilty Gear being an SNK game, so please correct me if I'm wrong. King of Fighters. Da-da-dow. And we have a quick 5-second ad about a dog eating, I guess, a dead cat. Was that what that was?
I'd say dog food, but you know.
Oh, maybe something else. Okay, here we go. King of Fighters. And off we are. There is... King of Fighters used to be very 2D. This is apparently much, much newer.
That clown is wrecking that woman.
They're so cute.
Yeah, that Clown Lady 1. We'll jump ahead and see if we can check out another fight here.
And that clown just took her to Pound Town.
Thank you, Cal.
The Pound Town clown.
Here we go. We're buffering a bit, people. Okay, well, I may come back and check out King of Fighters in a second, but...
I'd pass for the second for my vote. I'm still thinking.
Oh, okay. Still thinking? Does anybody need to...
I'm going to vote for Dead or Alive.
You're voting for Dead or Alive. Okay.
Yes.
Explain yourself.
I just like cute girls, so...
Dead or Alive is filled with them.
You know?
Dead or Alive is filled with them. That's true.
Great inspiration, you know?
The
to
thing-
lose weight and stuff.
Oh, there's a big giant...
What in the world has this...
Is that a Native American raptor?
I'm so
And
confused. And a
he's beating up a little
schoolgirl?
schoolgirl. Yeah.
Immediately got my vote.
So we'll look at King of Fighters for a little bit.
That just got my vote right there.
I've never played either.
Oh, that is a man. He has abs.
Yeah. Yeah,
That is in fact a fella.
Does that make it better that he's being?
Oh, look at that
schoolgirl,
move.
or-
That was awesome.
I don't know. I'm still going for Dio.
So okay, so we'll come back here. My vote, Bree goes DOA. I'm going to vote for DOA too. A couple reasons. DOA 4 had a Spartan in it from Halo, and I really liked that. I really like the fighting system because it's rock, paper, scissors. There's strike, there's parry, and there's and grapple. And so if someone's striking and you parry beats strike, grapple beats parry, strike beats grapple, something like that. So getting in a rhythm, multi-tiered stages. I had a shitload of fun with it. So I'm going DOA for my vote. Where are you going, Cal?
King of Fighters.
Going King of Fighters?
Looks like it's got some cool
That
characters.
raptor man
The
got
characters look
you,
pretty
huh?
sweet.
Yeah, I believe it got Jonathan too.
I'm going DOA because I've heard of it,
Okay.
and pretty much nothing else.
Don't play it with your mom around.
Yeah, DOA sort of coined the jiggle physics like
So well.
thing. That's like where that came from.
Then sounds like
JB, let's go to chat. Get your points.
I would have thought that Dreadlock Goddess would have been all about the DOA.
So JB says, I play DOA, so it's the only one I've experienced, but KOF looks crazy. And then KOF just won, so I'm guessing JB is going King of Fighters. Sizzix, Dead or Alive. Dreadlock Goddess votes for Bree. But Shark and Dreadlock Goddess both go King of Fighters. So it actually is pretty close. I'm going to let chat, if any of you haven't voted yet and you want to put in for DOA or King of Fighters, it's actually like wicked close.
And Trexis
So-
hasn't voted.
Trexis may only be voting, and as, we're the podcast members, so we sort of have to vote no matter what. But the chat may only vote if they've heard of a game or
That's true.
Yeah.
So if the chat doesn't feel like voting,
Or
that's
maybe Trixie
totally
got
fair.
bored and just...
Or
they
she's
logged
just
off.
with her husband
Like, no,
Doing
out.
married.
doing married things.
Married.
Okay, we will submit. And
Close one.
It was super close. Round 2.
Wah, wah.
Round 2. Okay, guys.
No.
Soul Calibur versus Injustice.
I
This
don't
is
wanna.
the first headliner, the first nationally televised playoff game
Native
is
American Raptor.
Soul Cal and Injustice. Dirtface has put me down for Native American Raptor.
yeah.
Okay, so we'll go in and edit. King of Fighters got one more. They normally in sports they don't go back and add points to playoff games, but like whatever. I want you guys involved. Yeah. So Dead or Alive still wins, but just as the smallest margin of victory we have had. Okay, Calvin,
I gotta go Soul Calibur.
you got to go Soul Calibur.
Going Soul Calibur. I played that game for so long.
It's just crazy.
We played hours and hours and hours in Soul Calibur 3.
Yeah.
Much investment into
at
Soul
my friend
Calibur.
Eric's house. So many hours.
Yeah,
And we're getting ready to get Soul Calibur 6, and we're gonna spend so many hours playing that game.
you're ready for 6.
yeah.
Okay. I am going to go Soul Cal, but this was actually pretty tight for me. But I played 1, 2, and 3. I sort of skipped 4. It's also got Star Wars characters in it. It had Vader and Yoda in 3, I think.
Depending on what console you had.
They were DLC though
And-
for
yeah.
each
And
other's
they had
console
Zelda.
later.
They also
though.
Soul
Yeah,
Calibur
Link-
also did
they
one
had
where they
Link in
had
it as well.
Dante and Link.
Oh,
No, Dante wasn't in Soul Cal.
Are you sure?
Oh, I thought he was.
Yeah, Link
I
was,
thought he was.
Heihachi Spawn was.
I know.
Oh.
Yes.
Link.
Hang
Double
on.
check.
look this
See if
up.
he was in 4. See if he was in 4. This is hard though because I really do love Injustice a whole lot. So I'm going behind Soul Cal, but like I love the weapons. I had an Ivy figurine for a long time.
Yeah.
I think she broke.
Sexy.
Ivy was my main.
I have an Ivy figure too.
You do?
Yeah, what a coinky dink. She didn't break though.
Mine was like that tall.
Oh,
and
mine is
it's
like this big.
he probably held it too much.
She has a sword
broke.
that becomes a whip. He was
Soul
in
Calibur 3.
he was in
Yeah, I
3.
knew Dante was
Yep.
in there.
Yeah, because but it was only for one of the consoles, and it was the one that I didn't have, and I almost bought the console because Dante was going to be in it.
Yeah, he's
That's
so
so
cool.
weird.
He's so bae. I love him so much.
Yo, yeah.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Okay. Well, then correct. Then I was wrong. Where are you going on this one, Bree?
I'm gonna go for Injustice.
Okay.
I don't mind Soul Calibur. I love it very much, but game-wise, I think Injustice is a better game.
Interesting.
So as
isn't
nostalgia-wise, I think I think Soul Calibur's awesome. Like I played it since I was little too. Like that's what I grew up playing with my dad. But Injustice is just for me growing up playing a fighter game. Injustice is just amazing.
Okay.
It's one of the first fighting games that had a story that I was like, wow, this is cool. Like this has a story. Like I'm not just fighting people, and it's amazing. So I think that's what I liked it for too. Not that Soul Calibur was like bad.
And having the characters in it, there's also a nostalgia factor for Injustice because
Yeah.
of characters you've been grown up with.
Yeah.
There's that too. Where are you going, Daniel?
Oh, jeez. I'm going Injustice.
Cool.
All right.
And that is right now. If you had asked me yesterday or if you ask me tomorrow, that might change.
Might change.
Yeah, right?
But right
It's
now,
Now, in this
Six
moment,
hasn't came
Injustice.
out yet, but
It is
like,
Injustice.
yeah.
So, into chat. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, Shark says Soul Calibur because they're adding Geralt from The Witcher into the next one.
Oh, wicked.
By the way, I said this to you, but I'll say it again. Play when you get your PC up and running, or if you decide to just play it on Xbox One, play the fucking Witcher 3.
I haven't
Yeah.
played it either. I've heard it's a great game.
It's shit. Yeah, and I recommend playing it on hard because the combat is less spammy and more tactical, as like where you're standing and the enemy positioning and stuff, and your parries and blocks all really mean something and on hard, as opposed to like, oh, there's a bunch of guys there, haha, I'm fucking kill you,
yeah,
and blast
right?
and
So
shit.
I actually, a very, very quick diversion. I play through games on the easiest setting the first time I play them ever because
You just want story,
I don't like playing video games.
right?
Like, I like watching a really long movie.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. So Shark's Soul Cal vote goes there.
Sins is Soul Cal.
Goes
Injustice
Soul
is gonna
Calibur.
I just know it.
JV says, it's a hard one. I played Soul Calibur a bunch a while back. Never played Injustice, but enjoyed the story mode a lot. Watch YouTube vids. Vote goes to Injustice.
Yes!
So Injustice is one behind. Dreadlock Goddess votes for Soul Calibur.
Because of the storyline in Injustice.
Wow, Dreadlock Goddess could have tied that up, and we would have had to do something. I was certain she was going to go Injustice because she is sort of in the DC wagon with you a little bit.
But the thing, honestly...
You're a wild card,
no,
Mila.
yeah. She knows how much I hate her. And this is why.
Oh, God. Hype. Soul Cal is eking this one out. If there are any last
Don't
minute,
submit, anybody!
last second
Injustice!
votes between Soul Calibur and Injustice, it's time.
Goodbye forever.
Oh.
It's time to get it in. Soul Calibur goes to the semifinals. All right. Street Fighter versus Killer
Who even
Instinct.
cares anymore? This podcast is over.
Just leave.
You went out of your way to knock over that camera. I wasn't even in your way.
I like your puppies.
They
make me
Street
so
Calibur.
happy.
Street Fighter for me.
You love Soul Cal so much, you're going to do it again. Reasons why?
I just think it's a great game.
Okay. I'm going Killer Instinct. I love the way that they have been doing it. Instead of releasing Killer Instinct 1, 2, 3, the recent Killer Instinct has just been putting out characters by season and tweaking it as they go. So you get, you play the game for free, you have access to a limited number of characters, and you can
Pay for the rest,
pay for the
right?
rest or buy the passes, seasons and stuff like that. And every week it rotates your free character that you can utilize or something like that.
Oh, that's cool.
But I like the wacky characters. I like the combo system, and just overall, I'm better at it. So,
What was the game? Was this the game we were wondering if it was crossed?
yeah,
Okay, it is. I looked it up. Whatever game we were talking about earlier.
PC,
they asked if it
Xbox.
was- yeah, PC, Xbox is crossed.
it's okay, cool, sweet. Bree,
I'll go for Killer Instinct.
really? I thought Chun-Li's Thighs were going to win that one first.
No, I love her so much, but like I said, Street Fighter's a really hard game for me, and I like things that are hard. Like, I don't want an easy mode, like, someone beat me. Like, I don't want to pay, 10 games in a row and then I win, all of them. Like, I want...
Oh, okay.
So you are so good at Street
Wow.
Fighter.
that you're
Yeah.
voting for Killer Instinct.
Yeah.
I bet
I did the opposite.
you must go to a lot of tournaments. Do you have your own Street Fighter YouTube somewhere? We don't
I play with my friends so often, and
Maybe
we
your
all have
friends
a
are just
they'll all
really
come over,
bad.
and then all of us will play, and they'll always lose, and they'll be so disappointed. They'll be like, "I'm training this week for you."
Bree's just like, I'm
like-
so sick of beating wholesale ass. I just want to play something else.
And Killer Instinct is so hard for me. Like, everyone can beat me on that one.
Well, I mean, we sort of had that with Smash Brothers a little bit, where
Yes.
people would come over and we'd be like, I'm just
good.
taking you to town.
Yeah.
I'm
I would in Afghanistan. There was one actual GameCube controller, and everything else was like the stick and the chuck, right? And so I would actually use the stick and would just wipe the floor with everybody who thought that who was the best in their group of friends. Like, I'm sure you're great, man. Don't bother me. He's like, no, I'm taking you on. Sit there and just like, all right, on this stupid thing that doesn't respond and this dust-ridden, horrible controller.
No, I know what you mean.
And just like, so good at that.
what you got here, Dino?
Killer Instinct, because it's cross-platform compatible, and I want to encourage that.
We may have an upset because Street Fighter was a much higher seed.
Yes.
So we may have an upset.
But I see a lot of
We
Street
have
Fighter
chat.
now.
Chat's going to town. So
Bring it
first,
back for Street Fighter chat.
JB says vote for Street Fighter. Sizzix has a vote for Street Fighter. Dreadlock, vote for Street Fighter. And is anyone else? Killer Instinct is still ahead, but we may have this may be Tom Brady last two minutes of the fourth quarter. Anyone else between these two games want to put in there? Shark
Street
votes for
Fighter.
Street Fighter.
Uh-oh. Now what do we do?
Uh-oh, it's Super Bowl 30. 40? 50. I was 20 years off. No, 25 years off. Forget I said anything. It's all tied up. We will have to do something to break this tie. Coin flip, something. Unless someone in chat wants to put one or the other. How do you suggest we settle this?
Okay. Real quick, how many characters can you name from Street Fighter versus Killer Instinct?
Oh, like
Like, just how many characters? Like, count off characters.
okay.
And
So
whoever, like, whichever one you can remember the more characters of wins.
I'm gonna lie, I have no idea, guys.
okay, I'll do. You name Street Fighter characters.
I'm not good at that. I'm not.
You name Street Fighter characters.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'll name Killer Instinct characters. And whoever has the most
Yes.
will come out on top. So I'm gonna start. I'll just name as many as I can. Jago, Fulgore, Saberwolf, Cinder,
Four. There are 4 characters.
shit.
There are 4.
I blanked.
Really?
Okay.
4?
You shouted one out earlier.
I know,
that you
right?
were so excited
yeah,
about.
it's like the character I know now because I
The
saw
only
its
one.
name. Wow.
So Street Fighter, we got Ken, Ryu, Chun Li, Guile.
all you need is one more.
What's his name? Hey, hold on. Dalcium.
Okay,
Okay,
that's
there
a
we go.
win.
Riptor. Riptor is the one you forgot.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, he was going to
it's
get
too
more
late.
anyways.
Okay, Street Fighter
Yeah.
barely pulls that off in a wacky, crazy. Oh, that makes me sick. That makes when the Patriots win in the last 5 seconds.
Yeah.
that makes me sick.
Call me Touchdown Tommy
Just-
over here.
Oh, gross.
What?
Just gross.
Yeah, and I really thought because of how you were talking about you're good at the game and stuff that you would like know the game,
You know,
like act
the
like you were playing
characters.
the game. Before.
Like I can picture a bunch of them, but I can't name them.
Like I could almost name as many characters as you, and I've only seen the game for 5 seconds. On it.
Yeah, that's really true. All right, here we go. Mortal Kombat versus Tekken. Cal.
Ooh. That's rough, but I played a lot of Tekken. I didn't play a lot of Mortal Kombat. I've played it, but I
Yeah.
played a lot of Tekken.
So you're going Tekken.
I'm going Tekken.
Okay. I'm tossing towards Mortal Kombat. Tekken might be a better game, technically speaking, but I love the fatalities. Bree?
I'm gonna go for Mortal Kombat.
Everybody goes against me. Like, I make a vote. and
No, I
everybody-
really like Tekken. I like the King dude. I
You've been
really
on
like
the
him.
I know.
podcast for years.
Going
This is what
against
happens literally every podcast.
Everybody's going against my votes.
No matter the topic.
It's natural this time. Like you just
Naturally
are wrong.
going against my votes.
I do too, and I really
It's like I
like
vote something, they go
King
against.
and everything, but Mortal Kombat is just for me so much better. Like I really like Mortal
No, you're
Kombat
fine.
X. Like when they came out, like I loved the X-rays. I like the blood and the like.
Don't forget the
ripping people apart. I really enjoy that.
The Sub-Zero, like, it wasn't an RPG, but it was like an action game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They have that in there too.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat from Daniel?
Yep.
All right, chat.
Probably should be closer.
Mortal
but-
Kombat versus Tekken.
Save,
Where are you? AJ Styles!
save me,
Thank you
Chad.
for joining us.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us.
Save me.
Mucho apreciado.
Come to the Tekken side.
Let's see. JB says Mortal Kombat.
Oh, they're all against
Shark
me.
says
Oh,
Mortal
you're
Kombat.
worse.
You thought it was just us, you silly
Sis says
you're-
Mortal Kombat.
You're a bunch of monsters.
And it's hard because they're both a nostalgia thing. You know what I mean?
And welcome to the Gutter. AJS is saying, thank you so much, sis. I appreciate that. And thanks for the follows, guys. You guys have been fantastic. Feel free to vote up Tekken for sure from Dreadlock Goddess. Mortal Kombat gets too hyped. There you go, Cal. You got someone in your
Somebody
corner.
in my
For the
corner.
record, like, that was not as easy for me as it may have sounded.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
I
it was
have been
really
watching
hard.
a lot of Tekken lately, and, you know, that's
I
something that I
chose
can...
against
and
a
that's
cat. Okay, you know, like, come on.
But that's what I mean. I think I said it real briefly, but like I said, like this should be much closer than I'm saying Mortal Kombat because I know that's my answer, but it's a much closer
Yeah.
decision than
I like Mortal Kombat. I'm not saying I dislike Mortal Kombat. I love
nobody
Mortal
thinks you
Kombat.
dislike
Alright.
Mortal Kombat.
This one, to me, is hard. Marvel vs. Capcom versus Dead or Alive. Do you want to keep going the way we've been going, or do you want to go last so that you
I'll
think
go
people
last
are
this time.
all right?
We'll do
All right.
this
Daniel?
way.
I will.
You can't put him on the spot. He can't start.
You can't be anti-Cal if you start first.
Dang it! What do I do? Yeah, I've never played Dead or Alive. I'm gonna have to go with Marvel versus Capcom.
Okay.
I played it.
Oh,
I get 3 votes.
what about you, Bree?
I'm gonna go for Dead or Alive. just because Marvel versus Capcom is cool, and I like to be Leon and all that stuff. But I don't know. I really like.
I really love the Marvel and Capcom. I love their finishers. Mm-hmm. I really love DOA's fighting system better.
Yeah, it's so cool.
And also the DOA.
I think you just like jiggle physics.
Despite the jiggle physics, I really like.
Believe it or not, I'm more of a Loli fan, you guys. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
The thing that I remember about like DOA 3 playing on Xbox, like when they walk through the snow, like they leave footprints, and the snow like gets more and more tread on, and little things like that. Just
it was like the day you played LA Noire.
So this is really
walked up the stairs. You know
really
what
fucking
I mean?
hard for me. I think if someone were to ask me right now which one I want to play, it would be DOA. So if you ask me tomorrow, I may change my mind, like Daniel said earlier, but I'm gonna go DOA. Where are you going, Cal?
Marvel vs. Capcom.
NBC?
See, you went last, and you thought everyone was against you.
Marvel vs. Capcom is one that had like a lot of the X-Men in.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, Cyclops,
it's got a lot of-
blast,
Yep.
blast, optic sweep. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And he had Wolverine, of course, like I mentioned earlier.
Who cares?
I love.
I'm talking about the best
And
character.
Gambit. You have Gambit too, and Gambit was actually better than Cyclops in that game.
Nobody was better than Cyclops in any game.
JVC says Marvel's vs. Capcom is, I think, a better game morally speaking.
For real.
Okay, so
Your students aren't in the chat, JB.
JB.
You don't have to...
No, Alicia's in next to him though. So
Oh.
he's got to vote for NBC.
Gotcha, yeah.
This says DOA for reasons. Shark says MVC. Still get at least one Darkstalkers character in there. And Dreadlock Goddess says DOA.
Goddess is just going against whatever. That's her thing. She's just trolling.
She
me.
waits to hear what you say and then goes against it. What's with the wife
wife
burn? It was a generic wife burn.
Yeah.
You're standing next to your partner, and therefore you can't be lecherous. Oh, well, don't burn her while she's asleep.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay, so we have another one.
He didn't mean
I have a feeling if we do... I have the feeling if we do the name characters thing. Okay, Bree?
Oh, I'm not gonna know their names. Just know the jiggles.
I literally don't know any of the names. No,
Just the jiggles.
Hitomi, Ryu, because Ninja Gaiden is in DOA.
Woo!
Woo!
You're doing a good job here, Steven. You ready to lose again?
Name 3 X-Men and I'm done.
I know, right?
You ready? We'll go with Omega Red. We'll go.
Start with Omega Red? Okay.
Yeah, no, but he was in it.
We'll
Yeah.
go with Wolverine, Cyclops, Gambit. We'll do.
Okay.
That's
That's
A
fine.
bunch of them.
You can
NBC.
name all the
Mega
Marvel
Man.
characters and win that. Like,
I can go with
Capcom's
just-
there too. Are you
Ayana
about
Kasumi,
this?
Mega
Base Tina.
Man.
Oh, JB did pretty well. JB actually did better than me on the DOA.
Nice. We knew you liked it.
Oh yeah, Zach. That's right. He owned the island that had the beach volleyball tournament on.
Blah.
All right, we're in the semifinals. Who's going to the finals? Soul Cal or Street Fighter? Cal.
Soul Cal. Got my name in it.
Daniel.
Soul Calibur. Yep.
Bree.
Soul Calibur. I'm sorry, Chun-Li.
I'm going Soul Cal.
Goodbye, thighs.
I mean, Soul Calibur had some impressive thighs also. Not quite as Chun-Li impressive, but you know.
right.
Let me know if you want me to cosplay as Chun-Li, because, I'll do it. I've just been thinking about it, but I haven't had the nerve to do it. So.
That'd be awesome.
Let me know.
Yeah. Okay, so JB votes Soul Cal. We have Shark voting for Soul Cal.
Oh, wow. I did not expect...
We expected Street Fighter to put up a better fight than this.
Yeah.
This one was a sellout.
What's her name? Cassandra, though? Like, when you get to play as her and,
Mabu?
just, randomly take off her clothes.
My Bulasana. That's
exciting.
yeah.
In Soul Cal?
Yeah.
Or in Street Fighter? Okay.
Got it. Yep.
Dreadlock Goddess yells for Street Fighter. People clearly want the Soul Cal. All right. I don't think there's any coming back from this one. If there are late votes, you can put them in now. Soul Cal versus Street Fighter.
R.I.P. Street Fighter.
Yeah, I think I think what Soul Cal had going for it in this one, it would either be its weapon usage, its inclusion of external characters, or the fact that there haven't been 1,000 of them.
Yeah.
And so we may be a little Street Fighter fatigued. So a new Soul Cal coming out is like a bigger deal than a new Street Fighter coming out.
Yeah.
So I think that's where we're going here. It looks like Soul Calibur has made the finals. And Mortal Kombat versus Marvel vs. Capcom, Daniel.
Mortal Kombat. I used to have dreams about when you would go to hell as Scorpion.
Yeah.
Scorpion. I'd have dreams every time I would meet a friend that like in like middle school and elementary school that I thought was gonna be like a really good friend. We would go to Scorpion's hell and like have to like find our way out together. It
Interesting.
happened every time. So like Mortal Kombat is like.
What about you, Bree?
I will do Mortal Kombat.
Votes Mortal Kombat. Particular reason?
I remember the first time I figured out that you could kick people off of the map and like land in the spikes. With my older sister, like we figured that out on the Super Nintendo when we were like she was like 16 and I was like 15. Like we were still playing this game. And I was like, you can kick people off of this map and you land in spikes. I was like, why did we never know about this when we were like 10? And so like, I really like Mortal Kombat.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Obai says, have a good night. But it gets his vote out there, but we'll get to chat votes in a second. I am going MVC. It's brighter, it's a little quicker. It has finishers in it, so I don't feel like I'm completely deleting my... they're not as violent, but they're still pretty cool. Where are you going, Cal?
Marvel vs. Capcom.
MVC?
There's a lot of characters in the Capcom world that I love too, like Mega Man.
Yep.
And so there's like, I'm a big Mega
Dante.
Man. I'm a Mega Man whore.
For sure.
Love me some Mega Man.
All right, chat. Where are you going? Who's going to the finals? Mortal Kombat or Marvel vs. Capcom? JB says Mortal Kombat gets the vote, so that bumps him up to 5.
Sins and
Sizz says Mortal Kombat. Dreadlock Goddess says Mortal Kombat. So she voted with Raven One on this one.
Finally.
On the same. Shark votes Mortal Kombat. Interesting.
Love you.
No.
Okay, I thought that one was going to be a little closer than it was. But it looks like we have Mortal Kombat
People have spoken.
defeating Marvel vs. Capcom. So here we are. We have made it to the finale. The final game, the Super Bowl, the fighting game face-off, champion. Bree. Between Soul Calibur and Mortal Kombat, which would you want to play right now?
Yeah, ladies first.
Oh,
That's a different question.
yeah. I would say...
Or, the question we have sort of used, the what would you want to play right now, is sort of our mental tiebreaker. Right. So I'll rephrase that.
No, but I
think it's a good question.
I think that's, I agree.
Because, like, if you ask me right now, I would play Soul Calibur. I would put Soul Calibur because I haven't played it in so long. Because I just played, like, Mortal Kombat X was just out, but I've already played it. I've been burnt out. I played as Freddy and Jason, like, I enjoyed it. But,
think about the franchise as a whole. If you want to use that as a jumping off point, you're welcome to. Do think about these franchises, Soul Calibur and Mortal Kombat, and which game you think deserves to win. I don't want to say which game is the best game, and I don't want to say which game is your favorite game, but which game you think that's the best way I can phrase deserves to win.
I will do Mortal Kombat.
You will do Mortal Kombat?
Yes.
Okay. It took some careful thought, Mortal Kombat. Daniel.
I mean, Mortal Kombat probably has, I would say, probably the most successful fighting game franchise, like, ever. People who are not gamers know Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
You could say, finish him, and somebody who has never played a video game in their life might get that reference. You could go up to somebody and say, hey, Soul Calibur, and they would have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think from a general cultural standpoint, I think that's true. I think from the gaming world, Street Fighter is probably the most successful fighting game franchise and the most run tournaments.
Yes. I'm talking
overall,
like,
in the world we live in.
In the world we live in, Mortal Kombat has had an impact on society.
Right.
Whereas Soul Calibur is, in my opinion, probably a better game. But if we're doing the whole, I think it has to be Mortal Kombat. I think it was always Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, like, my mom doesn't even play video games, and
like-
she knows Mortal Kombat, like,
Yeah,
so well.
we woke up and it was Mortal Kombat. We're gonna go to bed. It's gonna be Mortal Kombat.
Cal?
I'm going for playing with friends and losing friends for it and getting
Oh,
mad
my
at each other
goodness.
and playing.
That's how we.
We're playing ruthlessly through the night. I'm going Soul Cal all the way.
Soul Calibur all the way. I'm going Soul Calibur as well. This is Gravy Baby redeemed impromptu song about you. Okay, hold on. Can everybody give me a Billy Joel for the longest time? That oh, can you give me that?
Sure.
Oh,
Do we have
I'm just gonna
do it again. Oh, just gravy, baby. Oh, just gravy, baby. He streams on his channel every night. He has gravy and babies in the light. What else could I do? I sang a song for you because you redeemed all those nerdy creds. There you go.
Yeah, not
There's
bad,
your
not
impromptu
bad.
song.
There we go.
Great
It
job.
got a little iffy in the middle, but we got there. Okay. I'm voting Soul Cal. That's what I'm saying. The point is, I'm voting for Soul
point
Calibur
is-
on this one. This brings me such joy, says JB. All right, let's get to the chat votes because it's tied, and this is the finals. Tied at halftime. Third quarter. Soul Calibur is more meaning to me playing with friends, says JB. I'm taking that as a vote. Where's my mouse? Where's my there it is.
Wait, which one? Are you sure that's the first? Where do we start?
look at.
Dreadlock voted. Oh wait, so okay, hold on. You're right. Dreadlock voted for Mortal Kombat up there, I believe. Dreadlock was cheered 24. Thank you. I wasn't sure if that was from the last round or not. That's why I thought, but that's for this round,
that's
I
for
think.
this, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So Dreadlock votes. Thank you, Mila. I appreciate that. Where's Mortal Kombat? Shark votes for Mortal Kombat. Pulls ahead. JB says Soul Calibur has more meaning, like I said. So I'm taking that as a vote for Soul Cal. Mortal Kombat's led by 1. Soul Calibur, the pay-to-win aspect that's Shark votes for Soul Cal. Did I already put Shark in for MK?
Yeah,
No, but no. Hers is Soul Calibur.
Oh, I took that MK. It was something I played as a kid.
No. It's the.
Are we sure that wasn't
See,
from the
Shark
last
says
one?
I voted for Soul Cal. See.
Oh, okay. No, you voted for Soul Cal. Okay, sorry. So I actually have to. This is 5, and this is 6. Okay, there we go. It was 4 and 4. Dreadlock voted MK. Oh, you voted MK last round. That's what it was. Okay, so Dreadlock, did you vote Mortal Kombat, or did you vote? Because I have you down as a Mortal Kombat vote. But okay, so we had JB and Shark that voted for Soul Cal
Yes.
after halftime.
Yes.
And Dreadlock, I think you're voting Mortal Kombat, I think. Because you said I haven't played Mortal Kombat since I was a kid. It's still a thing. Why has no one told me? Yeah, still around.
Mortal Kombat X.
Technically, Injustice is sort of like the spin-off because it's the same devs. It's using Mortal Kombat's engine, I think.
Oh well, that's why I took some. Like I even said, like it
She
reminded
votes.
me, like everything
Yeah.
about it reminded me of
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
Okay, she does vote for Mortal Kombat. Okay. So I think, unless there's something final,
Oh, I think wow.
that Soul Calibur barely wins Mortal Kombat for the greatest fighting game. So here we go. This is our. Let me pull this up so you guys can see it there.
Soul Calibur.
There is our bracket as it stands.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
It was a longer podcast than I thought it was going to be, but it was good discussion. Soul Calibur wins from and was the top seed.
Thanks.
Soul
Surprise.
Calibur was yes,
So yeah, there we go.
Tom Brady
Which
still
is-
throwing touchdowns.
which is actually kind of funny because you would think that Mortal Kombat would be like the top seed
Right.
because like if you just say fighting game, like
Right.
most people are gonna say like Mortal Kombat
Right.
Or Street Fighter, yeah.
or Street Fighter.
yeah.
Yeah, Street Fighter was 4. Well, Mortal Kombat was second seed.
Yeah.
So it was it didn't get hosed
Right.
or anything.
But it also came down to 1 and 2.
Yeah.
First seed and second seed,
Yeah, it did.
which is, yeah.
That's about right. All right. Well, fantastic. I can pull back now from Streamception to here. Thanks you guys for hanging out and for the cheering and being supportive and awesome. And I want to thank the folks for being here. Raven One, you're on Facebook.
I am on Facebook. Find me Raven1. I am on Twitch. You can find me. I'm not streaming currently. Raven1 Lead. ONE1. Raven1 Lead. Very soon. Computer's almost up and running. I'll be able to stream with it.
All right. And everybody else, our next stream is going to be Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Central. We're going to be playing, it may be PUBG, it may be Fortnite, but we'll let you know. And, oh, Daniel, toss me that can over there.
Can.
The very last thing that we got to do before we call it a night.
You might get me if it's Fortnite, because I can cross.
Oh, yeah. We got to play with Cal. Jake Parker, hello. Yep, Soul Calibur #1. Yep, you got it. You called it. You were absolutely right. So, Cal, draw one question. Bree, draw one question.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And Daniel, you draw one question. Cal, what do we got?
Would you rather have Gilbert Gottfried's voice or Jimmy Carr's laugh?
Oh.
For those of you that don't know Jimmy Carr's laugh, it's like,
I love it.
Yeah, Jimmy Carr's laugh.
Really?
Absolutely, yeah.
I'd take his laugh, because that voice I don't think I could have.
Because, yeah, the voice is all of the time.
Yeah, Gilbert Gottfried's voice all the time.
yeah, so you might be able to, you'd be the,
You'd be the weird laugh guy.
The weird laugh
You got,
guy.
like the Jeff laugh,
yeah.
you know? But, like...
This is hard because I always picture whenever there's a voice in a game that's unvoiced, the first voice I go to is Gilbert Gottfried. So if there's an like a line in a game that's not read by a voice actor, it's like, it's dangerous to go alone, take this! Or something like that, you know. So that's me. I will go, though, with... I'm going to go with Gilbert Gottfried's voice. I'd be the best streamer in the world. What about you, Bree?
I'll go with that laugh.
The laugh. You like that?
Have you guys ever seen Adventure Time?
Yes.
Have you ever seen that episode where Jake laughs like that? Yeah, he laughs just like that. Jake the dog laughs like that. And Jake the dog is Bender from Futurama, so
That's
it
right.
just makes it even more funny.
And Marcus Phoenix from
Yeah.
Gears of War. It's old John DiMaggio. Did everybody answered yes?
Yes.
Next question, Bree.
I don't, mine says...
Only streams
it's not-
Gilbert Gottfried's voice.
It's not necessarily a question. It says, what are you going to do when your lives of gutter nerds inevitably fails, JK? Heart?
What are you going to do with your lives when Gutter Nerds inevitably fail?
Yeah.
Um,
JK?
I mean, probably the same thing I'm doing right now.
Same thing you're doing now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't affect you much?
Not really.
Okay. What about you, Cal?
Just try and take over the world like normal.
Okay. What about you, Bree?
I don't think it will fail. I think it keep going.
Oh, that's so sweet. Look at you. I'm going to paint Sarah's upstairs bathroom with my brains. Next question.
So, what do you think of Jonathan, really?
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 What do you think of Jonathan, Just Gravy Baby? Really? Calvin, why don't you kick us
do
off?
We know it's just Gravy Baby. It just says Jonathan.
It could,
Dun-dun.
it could mean Jonathan Frakes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, what do you think of Jonathan Frakes, really?
I don't know who the hell that is.
Riker. From Star Trek Next Generation? Fuck you. Daniel, what do you think
Wow.
of Jonathan Frakes?
I haven't seen any of the Star Treks.
A very
He's in the movies.
underrated actor.
You know what I love about Jonathan Frakes?
His beard?
His beard.
Yes.
His top.
Oh
tops.
my god, his beard.
What about you, Bree?
I don't know who that is. Unless you
Y'all
describe
Not
him
a
to me.
Star Trek
No, I
don't
did
watch
not
the
grow up
TV
with Star
shows,
Trek. I
no.
grew up with Star Wars. My father said I had to pick one or the other, and I was not going to be a
Your
Trekkie in
father
his
said you
house.
had to pick one of the other. Oh, your father said you had to pick one or the other, and you had to pick Star
Yeah,
Wars.
he was like, you will not be a Trekkie in this house.
Okay, well,
So we were Star
to be
Wars
fair,
fans
you made
as
the
well.
right choice.
You did make
if
the right choice.
only
That's
have
true.
to do
Yeah.
one or
Yeah,
the other,
that's
but,
that's
like,
true. I can't hardly fault you for that one.
Do both.
No, nope. I
can't
haven't
do
seen
that one.
the next generation.
I don't think he likes it. Like, he watches it, but he preferred like Star Wars. So that's what I grew up with.
I do. I also prefer Star Wars, but I have family that. Oh, and Jake Parker. I could have sworn that you had followed us already. But hello and welcome to the gutter. If I didn't, thank you, Shark, for welcoming, and let me thank you as well, Jake Parker. Super appreciate it.
Yeah, hi, how's it going? You know, it's a little late, but hey.
Next week.
Yeah, we're about to all go home, but thanks for.
we have streams throughout the week, so check out our schedule, and you can see the next. Like I said, the next stream is going to be Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Our next podcast next week. Just watch Frake sit. Google it. Oh, I'm scared to. Whenever someone tells me to Google something, I'm scared to.
I know, right? All right, make sure I'm not on the work computer.
Next week, we're talking about grind in gaming. So I might have Daniel back for this one, because it was his idea. How much grind is good? Think about games that have a Destiny. Think about
Kill yourself.
MMOs. Think about anything RPGs. If you have to grind a level in between, just doing battles over and over again. Think about what is an appropriate amount of grind for what type of game. Games where you didn't mind the grind. Games where the grind was unbelievable and you hated it. And you hated yourself. I know your answer.
Games where the point is the
so
grind.
excited. I am ready. Final Fantasy all the way.
Yes.
Tactics.
So think about that. And we will be back. Just watch Frake sit, Google it. I'll do this. I'm not going to put it up, but I will do it. Wait, it's just watch Frakes sit. Since we're a trash stream. Oh, I have seen it. It's a YouTube video of a supercut of Riker sitting down, and he always sits down the same way. And I think it's because of a hip or back problem. I think it's a thing. No, that's like Patrick Stewart.
Really? Because I feel like he's always like...
He swings, it's like he swings his... he goes around the chair when I could...
Such a scoundrel.
Oh, God.
Like he goes, he throws his leg around the back of the chair to sit down. Like, even when it's completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
You know, that's a great way to come to a date and just be like, hold on, let me get your chair for you, and then you just go over and swing your leg over and sit down.
I will actually, I will bring this up because we are goofy stream. Here's the sit. See how he just throws his leg over like that? Over the back of the chair. God, he looks like a friend of ours. Frakes. Jason. He looks like Jason.
Yeah.
Who also has a really good beard.
Yeah, but I think it's the beard. I think
probably...
Jason's beard looks like Frake's beard.
I think that's probably what it is. Yeah. Okay, guys. We do have to go, but you all have been absolutely fantastic. And we will see you next time. My name is Steven.
Calvin.
Bree.
Daniel.
Adios, amigos!